Hello students, I am Dr. S.P. Singh, Department of English, Government College Viratnagar. This video lecture is meant for B Part 2 students who belong to English literature. Today we are going to discuss one of the poems by A.K. Ramanujan, A River. The theme of the poem is, in this poem, the poet celebrates the river Vaikai, which flows through Madurai, which is city of temples and poets. The city has been the seat of Tamil culture for more than 2000 years. The floods in the river have killed many people at different times, but the old and new poets have remained indifferent to human loss of life and sufferings. Madurai is famous for very old temples and poets. These poets wrote poems about cities and temples. They described how every summer a river named Vakai flowing through Madurai is reduced to a trickle in the sand. After some time, it is flooded with rainwater. In summer, the river water cannot pass through the water gates because these are clogged with the piles of straw and women's hair. The bridges over the river have many patches of repair. The wet stones shine like sleepy crocodiles, while dry stones look like shaven water buffaloes basking in the sun. The poet, the poet got poetic inspiration only from the floods and composed poem. People in the city talked about the rising flood water inch by inch and how it covered the stone steps on the bathing ghats. The flood waters swept away 3 village houses, a pregnant woman, and 2 cows, as happened every year during the rainy season. The new poets of the city, like the old ones, composed poems about the floods, but not about the loss of life and property. For them, the death of the pregnant woman had no meaning. There might have been twins in the pregnant woman's womb, and the 3 lives were lost in one stroke. The unborn children might have kicked the mother womb from inside. Ramanujan has used irony in the poem. The ironic elements give artistic validity to the poetry. In this poem, Ramanujan takes a dig at the poets who will sing only of the events like the floods, but they are unmindful of what has such events mean to others. The river in summer is just a trickle, too dry and uninspiring, but a river in flood gives them poetic inspiration. However, they have no sensibility for the destructive elements of the 3 villages where houses where of the 3 village houses, the death of a pregnant woman and the cows. They did not shed a tear and express their grief at the pregnant woman's being swept away by the floods. They did not pay homage to her and unborn children by composing a poem in their memory. Ramanujan has exposed the old and the new poets' carelessness and heartlessness to the suffering of the common people. Arth Farsathis praises Ramanujan for his eye for the specific physiognomy of an object or situation, which he then reveals with telling details. Ramanujan's was vivid and visual imagery and thus achieves concreteness and preciseness. His imagery is always particular, precise, concrete, vivid, and realistic. He uses simple words which are meaningful and appropriate. The similes of the wet stones, like sleepy crocodile, and the dry stones, like buffalo lounging in the sun, are very apt and suggestive. On the whole, the poem A River is a memorable poem by Ramanujan. Thank you, students. We can elaborate it further with the help of the original text. You can quote more and more text from the poem, and you can prove your points by quoting original lines of the poetry. Thank you once again.